we're about to go live. Oh shit! What happened? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat. We are live. The schedule release is in 3 minutes. Before we start, actually, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on. We do go live periodically throughout the season, weekly as at best. But yeah, we only have like a few minutes until the schedule goes live. We were expecting to do this a few minutes earlier.
We can give.
Let's run through a few things.
Anticipation. Build up
Just talk about Derrick Henry and then get on this schedule.
Yeah, let's talk about Derrick Henry. The King has been re-signed 2-year, $30 million contract with $25 million guaranteed. Guys, all or nothing. That's where we're at.
He's retiring Raven, I think is what this means, right? Like that's huge. Like that gives him security going into this year. He can just play his game. And I think it does probably free up some cap room this year. And I think that's just let's go.
I'm here for it. Ross, what are your thoughts? You just bought a New Jersey. Where at?
I did. But no, it's like Jordan said, gives security, gives Ravens a little more money. Pretty much, not that he ever is focused on anything else.
Yeah.
So it's not like that would be too much of a concern for him. But yeah, now it's full steam ahead. He'll probably add to the illustrious list of many players that were not a Raven for most of their career that will retire as a Raven.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, Derrick Henry, big signing. To me, Ravens are all in. It's 2 years. Like you said, he's retiring a Raven. Hopefully, he retires with a ring.
Yeah, nice. That's kind of what he put on his Skype, didn't he? His tweet.
Like I said, it essentially basically puts him out with him for the next 3 years because he had 1 year left. So add 2 to it. So pretty much happens till 2028.
Yeah.
Next 2 years are the only ones that are really guaranteed. After that, it's house money.
We do have a couple of minutes, obviously. Shit's gonna happen any minute. But let's talk about what we need to talk about. We didn't get together to talk about the GOAT. Justin Tucker. He's gone. Thoughts?
That's a guy that kicked the go-ahead points in the Super Bowl, the overtime kick against the Broncos, essentially helped us get a ring in 2012, and then proceeded to have just a tremendous career, maybe the greatest kicking career of all time. But down it goes in ashes and burning because of all the allegations of sexual assault from a massage, leading to the draft of Luke on NFL draft day in the 6th round, and now then last time we've seen it's Tucker cut, and now he's practicing in a field somewhere. Not good for old Tucker.
Can't believe they're trying to make us feel sorry for
that. That was absolutely nuts. Yeah. I think the Ravens are in a win now mindset. And again, they're going to cut weak links. I wouldn't be surprised if conversations around Mark Andrews might even come up. I'm just saying. Sorry, Ross.
He wasn't traded at draft. He's not getting traded this year.
True. He's probably going to be here next year. But no, Justin Tucker, amazing career. Quite unfortunate the season that he had last year. He's going to land somewhere. I don't doubt that. Who knows? Well, and then again, with these allegations,
I think
the league will,
really
after
good.
The league's done, then he'll be signed.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, he was borderline cuttable last year. We had this conversation at the break. I remember our bye week conversation was, do we move on from Tucker now? Can we trust him for a playoff run? And we were like, let's see what happens after the break. And he came back from the bye, had a tremendous stretch run. He wasn't used all that much, but I think there's enough doubts thrown into that the Ravens probably did make it a football decision ultimately. They needed to get the future, and I think the allegation made it a little easier. I think it's a little naive that it was only football, but his play kind of allowed them to do it. It's not like he went like he was an all-pro last year or something. He was far from it.
Yeah. Nope. Oh, man. All right, so I think we have the schedule, guys.
Yep, it's there.
All right, so
let's just break
it down.
Week 1.
And Jordan, by the way, everything that I put on there before just now was 100% correct.
So let's talk about it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna be super surprised to go through this.
There it is, right there.
You're here live with us.
I'll update you with the times as we go through it because I
got it right here. So, week 1, 9-7. We are in Buffalo, taking the Bills. Sunday Night Football.
The NFL hates us.
Prime time, baby, prime time.
I'm gonna get cooked.
This is a gift. The Ravens do great on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, but you're right. But let's see. We lost by a toe because we had to play the Chiefs as our preseason game. We better play preseason games then.
Derrick Henry never in this offense before. I am not buying it this year. I think that it's a different mindset. It's Buffalo. I know it. I just like our chances there. I do.
I don't think Lamar's won in Buffalo.
I love this. I think it's the perfect revenge game for the Ravens. Hold on one second. I'm trying to see if I can bring it up on the screen, actually.
He won in 2018 with the throw to Hayden Hurst down the left side for a touchdown. I think they won by 10 points.
Yeah. Holy shit. This is exciting. This schedule looks great. Jordan, did you find it? I'm actually pulling it up right now.
I'll pull it up. I'll be a team player.
Good. I feel like all my hard work typing it means nothing to you guys. I literally have the schedule right there.
Well, I mean, I'm literally.
I have the times right here. You can say the week. I can tell you the time.
Why do that when I can give it to the audience and they can see it as well?
Good point.
Yeah. How's this going?
It's about to go down. I'm telling you.
So, what is the opener for the NFL?
That's last.
Yeah, so it looks. Let's see what the opener. Well,
this is not going to show the opener now.
No, the opener is the Eagles versus the
Cowboys, unless they change it.
No, I've got it. Cowboys at Eagles on Thursday, September 4th, and then Chiefs at Los Angeles.
Yeah, everything in that
Sao Paulo.
Yeah, everything in that tweet was correct. So like I said, I knew that was a good source. I knew that was a source.
And then Vikings at the Bears on Monday night to open the season, and those are two teams that will play during the regular season. Wow. So that's exciting to watch that too. And that's at Soldier Field.
That's gonna be, man, it's such exciting football. Wow. All right. So going back, if you're looking at the screen right now, follow
Monday Night Football.
I have the schedule up. For the Ravens on our screen. Should be able to see it for all those watching. Cleveland, week 2. We that's the home opener. It's gonna be a fun one. I can't remember too many early Cleveland games, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Jamal Lewis ran for 295 yards in the second week of the season in 2003, but that's
didn't we play them like week 5 or 4 this year?
It was early and late. How about that first Monday night game? We haven't had a Monday night game at home in how long, boys?
Yeah. Detroit Lions Monday night. Holy fuck, that's gonna go crazy.
I'll be on a cruise that week, but
are you serious?
I'll be able to watch it on the boat because it's Monday Night Football. That'll be fun. Our brother and I will be getting drunk on a boat.
That's awesome. Moving on, week 4, Kansas City in Kansas City. 4:25 game.
Yep, that's the that'll be Tony Romo and Phil. That'll be the game of the week for them.
Yeah. But of course, like always, we have to go to Kansas City because
Guys, I'm counting not 1, not 2, but 3 playoff games in our first 4 weeks for playoff teams.
Yes.
And it's just going to keep going.
Oh yeah.
And I hope you're right, Jordan, that we start hot. But even when we've had teams that have been together for a year before, we still seem to sometimes start sluggish.
We know what that means. We're going to finish strong, boys.
I get
Roll
that.
Into that damn playoffs.
I will go back. I do want to go back.
I get that, but if we lose to Buffalo or Kansas City, then we're possibly going there in the playoffs.
I'm not going to worry about that yet because holy fuck, the schedule just got here, man. Let me comprehend this.
Jordan just said we're going to roll into the playoffs. So I'm going off what Jordan just said.
Have you seen our division?
Let's go back to week 2 for a second because there's a lot of drama behind that Cleveland game right now. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. It could be Joe Flacco, literally coming to Baltimore. Week 2. as a starter for the Browns. It could be Shador Sanders and just everything he brings, that aura, that level. Like, who do y'all want to see us start? That's what I'm curious about.
I think for the Cleveland Browns' sake, they should start Joe Flacco. I don't
You
think they're going
better.
to throw Shador on the road in Baltimore, which historically has just chewed up and spit out rookie quarterbacks. There's
Yeah.
no way. There's no way. I think that's Joe Flacco all the way. If anyone can go into Baltimore and win, it's probably Cool Joe. He's done it more than any quarterback in the history of the Ravens.
I think this is Joe Flacco's last game as a starter, to be honest. And I'll tell you why. The Browns didn't pick Shador Sanders to sit on the bench. I honestly think I'm confused as to how he fell that far, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be literally Lamar Jackson 2.0, not because Joe did anything wrong, but because the Browns are a shitty franchise and they're quick to probably try to start one of these young guns. I think he will play in Baltimore. I think Joe Flacco will be the starting quarterback, but week 3, I could see the Browns pulling some funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
All
Be a good
right.
one. They've got some new weapons too on defense
do
to stop them.
The only thing that concerns me about that game is if we don't pull out Buffalo, I will be scared of that game.
We're pulling out Buffalo.
I'm just afraid it'll be like the Chiefs Raiders of this season.
Well, you know what though? We won the AFC North running away. I'm just not. You know,
we didn't have the Lions and the Chiefs following the Raiders last year.
No, but you know what we did? We came back and beat the living daylights out of the Patriots. So maybe that's the Chiefs this year. I mean, the Bills. So maybe that's the Chiefs this year, or the Lions on national television. The whole world gets to watch.
Patriots. The Lions and Chiefs are not the Patriots.
No, as I meant the Bills, not the Patriots.
Our first 4 games are tough as shit.
Oh, no doubt.
Even the Browns. Don't ever sleep on the Browns.
But we're home against them in our opener, where we have extremely good record. And then we're home against the Detroit Lions on Monday night, where they got to come in and they got to stall Lamar Jackson on the road. Good luck. It's going to be loud. It's going to be raucous. And they don't have their offensive coordinator. He's on the Chicago Bears now. So we will find out. What has happened?
You're too far down.
What are you doing, sir?
What are you doing this week? Stop it. What are you doing?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I could get everybody on the screen, because if you
you want to do this fancy screen share, and that's what you got.
All right. So
it's you in the corner of the screen.
All right. I think it alternates, but whatever. Week 3, as we said, Detroit Lions, Monday Night Football. That's going to be a crazy fucking game. That's going to be an insane game. And again, the Detroit Lions are a great franchise.
They are. But it's on the road in Baltimore against an NFC team. So already it's set for Detroit. But mostly the big storyline here is the Ravens haven't hosted Monday Night Football in a very long time. They just haven't.
The league hates
And so it's good.
Obviously, they love us this year.
Let's see what the rest of the schedule looks like.
Yeah.
I would have rather Detroit come in here later in the season.
I would have rather, looking at what week 4 is, again, it's a short week at this point, and we're playing the Chiefs in Kansas City at 4:25, as I said earlier. That's going to be a potential for a great game. Again, I don't have, not the Rod Ross. Sorry, Ross, I hate to do this to you. Not to be I'm not pessimistic about this team in the least bit, honestly. I mean,
they got better. They got better across the board, and they're bringing back their offense for the 3rd year. And now they have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's first handoff from Lamar Jackson won't be under the lights on Thursday Night Football. It'll be last year when he had 1,900 yards of offense in 2000 when you consider the playoffs. He's going to be rocking and rolling in his offense, and they've got a big-ass chip on their shoulder. And the secondary isn't nearly as bad, even with the Desarius and Washington injury. They drafted starts like Nate Wiggins in year 2. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I don't think Kansas. Again, we saw what Kansas City is in the Super Bowl. I don't think that's a fluke. I really don't. You're talking about a tired-ass Travis Kelce who may or may not suit up. It still hasn't even been decided. I'm not as scared of the Chiefs. I'm talking a lot of shit right now.
I'm saying as of right now, until I see it, we do not have the defensive line the Eagles
You're fucking on crack, dude. You're on crack. You're
have
kidding.
two all-pros, in my opinion, on the defensive line, and we just drafted.
Cal Van Noy coming back. Yes, he is older. Owe, who had a double-digit sack season. Matabike, who's been paid. He's ready to go.
Green.
Mike Green, who was gifted to us because other franchise just wouldn't take a chance. And you know what? We benefited.
And don't sleep on Washington.
Nope. Adisa Isaac in the background waiting to do something.
Adisa Isaac been active every game almost last year.
Well, this is a new year. And then there's also, what the hell's his name? Robinson?
Travis Jones. Let's not forget Travis Jones, who I think might be the best player on that line.
Putting Robinson, those are outside line. That's not what the Eagles used. Eagles use ends and tackles.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about the Chiefs.
Eagles scored 40, 50
Bro, I'm talking
points.
about the Chiefs.
That's the difference in this
but
game.
I'm saying what
think
the Eagles' off defensive line is. Because the Eagles beat the Chiefs by rushing, never blitzing. We have to blitz half the time to get pressure. Bringing Owe and all them, those are technically blitzes because they are outside linebackers.
Here's also the other thing. The Chiefs, we lost to the Chiefs. Chiefs didn't even beat us. We lost to the Chiefs by a fucking toenail.
That's the other thing. We need to learn how to beat ourselves. Until I see it, as everyone says, we are our own opponent every game, and we beat ourselves.
I remember on the same week, not 3 years ago, we beat the shit out of the Chiefs.
Yes.
In the regular season. I think it's very well possible, and I think the Chiefs and the Ravens are going in different directions. I think the lack of, a go-to number one receiver on that football team, the lack of a legitimate running game, the lack of a tight end that's aging. I think the defense, they took a hit on the offensive line. The Bears got their best O-lineman. I think the hangover from the Super Bowl could be not the best for the Chiefs. I don't want to write them off, obviously, but I don't.
No, not at all.
But we're spending a long time talking about this game, but I just think that I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be Ravens Chiefs. I think we should just be excited that we have a really good team and we're going to be playing all these games in prime time. The only game you haven't played in prime time, that's the Browns.
Oh.
Like I said, that is also, like Gerald pointed out, a short week coming up against another tough opponent.
Yeah, but F Kansas City,
team. Okay.
My mind.
I'll be the not.
They won't be the favorite.
You can live in your sorrows.
But... I'm not living in sorrows. I'm living in. I've been hyped before. I've done how many times before? I was like, yeah, we're gonna. I've stopped doing that because it's never worked.
Yeah, but then we came out and we absolutely sandblasted the Buffalo Bills last year, and then turned around and lost to the Browns. So I mean, anything's possible. We lost to the Raiders. So I think we just take it one. Let's just get to the regular season and go from there. But on paper, I think we're the second most talented football team behind the Philadelphia Eagles.
100%.
Maybe the most talented.
100. But if we get past the Chiefs, then we got to take on next week, week 5. Moving on.
This game.
Houston Texans. You say you're going?
No, I mean probably, but look at this game. I mean, this is yet another playoff team. This is the team that we molly-whopped on Christmas Day last year.
That was fun. That was beautiful.
It's the third game in 2 years. I think it's interesting, and I do think that it's a rivalry that's not really a rivalry, but it's kind of budding a little bit. We're playing them as much as any team in football.
Yeah, they got a good young core.
They're a dangerous team. They're going to be pissed off from last year. I don't think we need a lot of bulletin board material. I think Lamar Jackson running for a 50-yard touchdown, and then that hit by Washington. God, we're going to miss him.
Yeah,
at the goal line, we're going to miss that physicality. And we'll get into it during training camp and stuff. But like, how do we replace that on the back end? But that's Houston Texans for you.
Mm-hmm. Ross?
Yeah, it's the Texans. I'm afraid to say anything because I'm afraid everyone's going to ramble with me about anything I say. But, it's Texans. Woo. Yeah.
Oh, man. This is a game that should excite Holden. I wonder if he's watching. We take on the Rams at home. 10-12.
Another NFC divisional round team. Like, the only non-playoff team is the Cleveland Browns, who is an arch rival, who's quite talented. Brutal opening stretch.
Yeah. Wow, the more I'm looking at this. Chicago Bears, week 8. That's going to be fun. That could be interesting.
That's the game where you just beat the shit out of them. And they're a really good team, but I just think that's that team where they have never played Lamar Jackson, really.
Mm-mm.
And they have no idea what's coming. And they're going to walk into this town, and they're going to get Derrick Henry up the ass.
Dude, yo, Roquan literally will not let us lose. I have a hard
Oh
time
yeah,
with
good
that.
call.
You're missing the key point. Is that's after our bye week.
That's after the bye week.
You seem to
God
skip
bless
over.
them. Good luck
Yeah,
to
yeah.
them.
It doesn't say it.
Oh, your weird fancy screen there. Don't show the bye week.
I gotta grab a plug real quick. Be right back.
All right. Yeah. So of course we get the bye week. Always
Week 7.
Week 7 bye week. That's gonna be that's probably gonna be good after the fucking stretch. That first stretch. Jesus Christ. That's gonna be great. They're gonna need that. Mm-mm-mm.
What are our thoughts though on a week 7 bye? Like that's
After
early
this
after week
first
14 a
stretch,
year
it's
ago.
great.
Back to back week 14 buzz.
It's
Like
perfect.
I do feel like it helped. I guess it didn't help us. We didn't win the Super Bowl either, so I guess who cares?
Yeah, that's the thing. This is going to be the most games we played going into the playoffs in the past 2 years.
And it don't get no easier.
And we couldn't do any. We beat ourselves in the playoffs having a week 14 bye, only having to play 4 games after that, and we.
I mean, maybe it's flipping the script. Maybe the early bye after such a horrible first, stretch might benefit us. I don't know. Some people play 5 breaks. I don't know. Bears at 1 p.m. though. Then moving on, Thursday night football in Miami. The Dolphins week 9. That's going to be an interesting game.
Trap game.
Yeah,
I'll call it right now. But it'll be a nice warm day. It's Halloween weekend
in Miami.
You know? You going, Gerald?
Man, the way vacation looking, I don't know.
I knew this was going to happen.
If the game had been earlier, it would have made more sense. But like
we've been talking about this since they told the opponents.
Bro, I didn't realize it was like at the end of October. That's what makes it weird.
And you know what? No Steelers yet, no Bengals yet, and we're already halfway through the season.
So we're halfway through the season.
This might be the toughest schedule in football. Let's keep reading.
You'd be surprised. It's actually only 9.
Seeing this team's coming up now, so maybe I'll hold my.
In the notes, it has the 9th strength schedule, but we only travel the 3rd fewest miles.
And I'm looking at what might be a hell of a win streak coming up, starting with the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. It's a team with let's call it what it is, a rookie quarterback. He didn't play at all last year, McCarthy.
But he has 2 very amazing targets.
He does, yeah.
Isn't
Can you get it to them now?
Mm-hmm.
He's got 3.
Oh no, they've got Yeah, I just think that they're gonna have to put up some points to beat the Baltimore Ravens. We'll see.
Yeah. Then we take on.
Those are the kind of games we lose though. Infuriating passion.
Dude, if we lose to him, I'd be blown. Who is it? JJ McCarthy? That's their quarterback?
Ooh. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I guess the kid won a natty, but
it's on Fox.
I'm not too worried about him. Cleveland though, going to week 11 next week. In Cleveland. That's going to be an interesting game.
4:25 start.
4:25 start. That's going to be a big game.
Yeah, that's another trap game.
Yep. Who the starting
I think by then you will see Shador Sanders. Yeah.
If it's not Shador by that point, then something's gone terribly wrong or something weird has happened.
Or Joe Flacco's absolutely going nuts.
They'll win when Justin Tucker gets a field goal.
Don't tell me they're going to get Tucker.
The fucking Ravens.
Could you fucking imagine, though? Joe Flacco and Justin Tucker and Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson's going to be nowhere near that building.
Well, right now he's on contract.
I understand, but guess what? I don't think he was in the building a lot last year when he's on contract. Most injured people don't show up to the training facility that often.
What is that stuff? That's crazy.
Or he'll show up to the stadium, he'll sit up in his little luxury box.
Yeah.
Trust me, the Browns don't want him near the building.
I do. Keep him there. Let him be a distraction.
I do too. Him and Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker needs pointers on where to go around Cleveland.
Why?
Yeah.
Deshaun did all his in Houston.
Oh shit.
Deshaun's shit was in
Act
Houston.
like he can't network, Ross.
I doubt he's not a dumbass.
I mean, he is. For
Let
what
me
he
get
did.
Justin Fields.
Well,
Justin Fields is the next week.
Yeah, Justin Fields in the New York Jets. That's packing.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't like them though, and I think they're going to get absolutely annihilated. And oh my god, is that a Thanksgiving game?
Mm-hmm.
What? I'll be in Puerto Rico.
I feel like no one read my notes. That was confirmed.
Again, we're
Thursday,
live reacting.
Thanksgiving night at home? Are you kidding me?
I'm
be
sad
there.
that I'm not going to be here.
Oh, you probably want to go anyway.
This
Yeah,
you kidding me?
It's not a Steelers game, which is next week.
It's fine. You don't go to the Bengals games last year.
On Pearl Harbor, no less.
I'm Pearl Harbor.
That's our first Pittsburgh game, and it's at home.
That's
after we play the
wild.
Bengals. So we'll have an extra 3 days to get ready for the Steelers. And a nice physical game awaits us.
No, all right. The game of the Steelers will be we'll have a mini bye week.
And then
I'll be after the Thanksgiving game, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's huge.
We're not
It's
playing
huge.
them
And then we play the Bengals again.
We're not playing them on a short week. Yeah, then Cincinnati. We don't need a lot of play. We don't need prep time for them. We play the week before Pittsburgh.
And this is interesting. Getting the Bengals 17 days after we just played them.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Nuts.
Oh,
That's a quick turnaround in the big house, the jungle, Paycor Stadium.
Man, our last home game was week 16.
To me, Cincinnati is our biggest and only challenger in this division. And so I think that 13, 14, 15-week stretch is as important as our 1, 2, 3, 4 stretch, if not more.
That's going to be a tough stretch.
The division will be won and lost in the cold December sun.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's going to be a good game. Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Bengals definitely the most complete team in the division outside of us, and even they have their own fucking issues on defense.
Complete team, my ass. They don't have
the
defense.
Steelers don't have a quarterback right now, so I mean,
I'll tell you this: after the 2 Bengals games that we witnessed last year, including the one that we were at in the second, I don't think were you, Gerald? Were you there? Not that you weren't, were you? No. Were you at the second Bengals game? You weren't.
I was.
He was not. I think Gerald went half the game with me. That
game was unbelievable, and I think to make it a Thursday night game, it's just unbelievable. Thanksgiving night, are you kidding me? Let's go. Let's fucking go, boys.
I'm here for it. It's going to be a fucking amazing game.
Oh my god, that week 18 game. God damn it.
We haven't even got there yet. We got to talk about week 16 because after we finish the division, we get a little
treat.
Little treat.
Little tasty treat.
Merry Christmas.
At home? Are you kidding me? That's got blowout written all over it right ahead of Christmas season, baby.
Drink my
Holly mother effing jolly. Let's go. And this is interesting. There is no date for the Packer game.
Yeah,
and there's no date for the Steelers game.
Well, one, because the Steeler game might not mean anything, so they'll throw that on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. It could mean something, so they'll throw it on Saturday if it has something to do. Remember, it's basically just like last year. They waited to the end to see what happened, throw the right schedule right round, so they want everyone trying to play as much as possible. I don't like that we have to go to Green Bay week 17.
That's brutal.
I was hoping that game was going to be earlier in the year.
You would have hoped.
That's going to suck.
That's a brutal game. That's worse.
That's going to suck for our Florida boys.
You know what, though? It's Lambeau, baby. And Derrick Henry's going to eat.
Yeah. That's going to be a ground and pound game. No question.
Fine. But like I said, that could be fucking Monday night. Green Bay.
That's done. Give me the extra day of rest, baby.
This is why I say, you all can just negative stuff, but can't.
What did you say? Oh,
well, gosh dang. That was a hell of a season. That's a hell of a schedule. And
this is a fucking schedule.
A lot of primetime games. Highlight being at Buffalo to open the season. Monday Night Football opener against Detroit. First Monday night game, and we'll find out how long it's been. It's probably already been tweeted out, but that's really awesome. Sunday afternoon, the
Ooh.
primetime game of the week for CBS against the Chiefs. So we play all of our arch rivals out the gate. And then to go to Miami on Thursday night, host the Bengals on Thanksgiving night. Absolutely massive.
Honestly, though, little surprise, only two what would people consider the primetime games. We have two Thursday night games, but we have the Monday night and the Sunday night. Those are what people will call. If you're going to look at, if they're going to put a list of primetime games, those are what they count. I'm not sure they count. I don't know if they count the Thursday night. If we have two of
I would
those.
imagine they do. It's primetime football, and on one of the
Thursday
biggest
night football
platforms
too
on
has
the
gotten a
planet.
lot better. Like it used to
It
have
has.
stigma.
That's
It used to
why.
be
Like I
Chargers
said, most
versus
people still, when
Jags.
they think primetime football, it's Sunday night football, Monday night football. Because once again, not everyone's
I don't think
surprisingly
that.
not everyone still watches Prime. If
Where's
it's not a
that
game
Thursday
they
night?
want to watch,
Where's
they'll be like,
Thanksgiving night? What
"Nah,
game?
I
What
ain't care
channel is that
about
on? What channel is Thanksgiving night? Is that NBC?
Yes.
See, that's a primetime game. That's
See,
the biggest game.
that
That's
one
going to
we can
get
call
the most
primetime game.
eyes in the NFL.
So I
Today.
guess three.
Ross, let
Like
that
I
guy talk. What you say?
No, you're good.
Oh, Ross, continue. Sorry.
No, so it's like three. Like I said, I don't know if they count Thursday night because, like I said, still not everyone watches Prime to watch a game. If it's a game I don't care about, I'm like, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna turn it on. So
I am a Prime user. I actually do watch virtually.
I have
Thursday night
Prime,
games.
but
I do watch most Thursday night games.
if it's a game that has, if it's a like random NFC game, like, if I have any fantasy implication, I can just follow on the Yahoo app and be like, what happened?
We're not going to some foreign-ass country. We're not playing on Christmas Day in some
Thank
stadium.
God.
Like, we get the holiday game at home. And you know what? I'm excited about the season. I think that it's a lot of fun. A lot of if they come out of the gate and they win some games, Lamar Jackson's gonna be the front runner for MVP early because of that schedule.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Hell, well, hold on. MVP voting depends on whatever the rules are that season. So is it going to be? Is it going to be your opponents or you're going to be your? No one. They change rules all the time because it depends on what Buffalo says. The year before, stats. The next year, no, it's not stats. But no, we got some. We got. I'd say we got two tough stretches. Week 1 through 4. And then that 3 games against Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Just because they're divisional opponents, as you said, Jordan, Cincinnati's kind of become the new Pittsburgh for us. They're the only real competition now. Yes, their defense is blah, but God, they can put up points.
They got 2 of the best receivers and one of the best quarterbacks. That's all.
And Pittsburgh is, Pittsburgh. I'm glad in that stretch that's the home game against Pittsburgh because weird things happened up there. I'm kind of glad week 18 hopefully means nothing in Pittsburgh.
But that's as hard as an opening 5-6 games as I think I've ever seen in the NFL. To open up against the 2 AFC championship teams and 2 divisional round teams in the NFC in a 5-week span, plus the Houston Texans who went to the divisional round. So, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, besides Cleveland, they're all playoff teams.
And they're all divisional round or better teams.
Yes.
So that's incredible to me.
Didn't Cleveland make the playoffs?
But you know what? They'll be battled. They beat the Chargers too.
Yeah,
Texans
so every team we're playing in the beginning is a playoff team.
But Cleveland. And so I just
Cleveland's not picking second, making the playoffs.
I'm thinking of another.
But they did beat us last year, and we can't underestimate them. And I think that's a tough game. At the end of the day, they're going to be battle tested when they go into that Week 7 bye. They come out, they're going to beat the piss out of the Chicago Bears and hopefully go on like a 9-1 run or something. 9-1 run. Sure.
It is interesting. After their bye, they have a home game, then they have a stretch of 3 road games. It's always.
Yeah.
That's just how shit crumbles, man.
But then they follow by a stretch of 3 straight home games.
No, I think this is a very trial-tested schedule. Again, I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. that first stretch, that's a touchdown. That's going to tell us who the Ravens are. Similar to last year, I think. Except for, again, my confidence in this team is tenfold on what it was last season. We didn't even know if the offensive line was going to be able to block a fucking Gus.
Yeah.
You know, we
And
have one of the
get
best
Derrick
offensive
Henry.
line. Derrick Henry's paid. He's incentivized. He wants to finish a Raven. Let's finish with a fucking ring. Like, I think I have this theory also, this other theory. Justin Tucker was the only player on the team that had a Super Bowl ring. The only player left that had a Super Bowl ring with the Ravens. Shit, Sam Cook's even out the door now. No one in this franchise outside of John Harbaugh has a fucking ring. The pressure's on. I think in a way this is just a superstitious person in me. Now that Tucker's out, new blood's in, sky's the limit. And this schedule right here, we get through this shit, go. Let's go.
And I do think that the veterans on this football team, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, hell, even Mark Andrews, Roquan Smith, I think they're tired. I think they're tired of coming up just short. And I think the eye is on the prize, and I think they just take care of business like the team, like just some juggernaut of football team. I really do. I mean, on paper, they shouldn't have lost anybody last year. They did because they beat themselves. Even that Buffalo game, I mean, I just said Mark Andrews because he fucking dropped the game many times, much to Ross loves that.
Why are we not running our 300-pound running back on the 2-yard line?
Why is our overpaid tight end not catching ball? I don't know.
Overpaid my ass.
I think they recognize the impact of having a home game in that game, and I think that they're going to play. I just think that that's going to be in the huddle every time that there's adversary. Hey guys, do you want to play in Buffalo? Division round, or do you want to come here? Think about it. Let's get this play. Let's go. Yeah. Let's finish, because they didn't finish a lot of games last year, whether it was defensively, whether it was offensively. They're too much relying on things like referees or Lamar Jackson magic for my liking, and I think that it's got to be everyone bought in.
Yeah, 100%.
Out the jump. Buffalo Ravens.
Buffalo Week 1 Sunday Night Football. Wow.
That's two years in a row we've done this. Last year was KC Thursday night. This year's Buffalo Sunday night.
So, with the schedule out there, figure out what games you're going to go to, yada, yada, yada. We also have OTAs coming up. Got mandatory mini camp coming up next month. And we'll probably be back in a couple of weeks, maybe, or so, talk about that. But, one question I have again, and we briefly mentioned it, Darius Washington's out. He's done. And it's sad because this was his year to get paid. Someone, maybe not the Ravens, I don't know. Somebody was going to pay him. And it is crazy. But, I mean, I think we're going to have to see Stark step up. I don't think we're going to see Kyle move around a lot. He's not going to be able to unless we pick somebody up. I don't know.
And honestly, maybe it's not a bad thing. I think under Mike McDonald, Kyle Hamilton was a little more flexible. I do think that in this new defense, it was a lot better of a defense with Kyle Hamilton on the back end. And I wonder if this is somehow, it's not a blessing, but I do think that in some ways the Ravens know, okay, this is what it is. We can't get, because I think when they do get kind of fun and sneaky, I think that's when they get beat deep and stuff. We don't have anybody over the top anymore. So it's got to be Kyle Hamilton.
But that's the thing. Did he look better in this defense playing back because that's just better, or because he was the only one that could do it at the time? And I think that was kind of what we're hoping we'd even be able to see that if we had all three options, because we've seen what, even like they point out, even with Kyle's deep and Malachi's just running around doing anything he wants. So, like I said, there's a list. I can't believe someone put Marcus Williams and Chuck Clark on this list.
What?
Of veteran safeties.
I wouldn't mind Chuck Clark.
Yeah,
I also think that with Starks, I wonder if they were going to always play Hamilton back and move Stark around.
I think they're going to do both, because they didn't want someone on the team to come in. All right, Hamilton's always going to be like, where are they both? Oh crap! And like I said, I don't think that would go under their umbrella of them trying to be too cute. I think that's just like, uh-oh. I think when they're like, it works. I think it's when they're dropping defensive ends into pass coverage and, blitzing the house from everywhere else and leave someone wide open is where they get too cute. So,
at the end of the day, they were like the number one defense in football after week 11, and defense wasn't why they lost to the Buffalo Bills. So I'm not too concerned about it. They absolutely destroyed the Houston Texans on Christmas Day with that defense, and they made the plays needed against the Bengals. You're right. You're not wrong. It's long. Yeah. I'm not. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, because like I said, we were talking all pro when he was the Swiss Army knife the one year. He had 3 sacks in one game. He had to start off the Browns game that we somehow lost with a tip interception touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The pick against the 49ers in the end zone.
Isn't he the one who got tipped, knocked down, laid on, stood back up against the 49ers?
Yeah.
But
no,
like I said, plans have not changed. The Ravens are one of those teams I can definitely see them signing someone. That's just what they like to do. But I also have Kane and Blue from last year as backups.
Sure. Yeah. We got the schedules released. We know where we stand. We know what's going to happen. It's going to be an exciting football season again. A lot of great football to watch. Before we get out of here, any last thoughts? Jordan.
Yeah, I'm just mostly excited for year 3 of this offense. I think it's going to be a different beast than it was last year even. I think there's so much. Everyone's back. I've never seen that before, where everyone is back on offense. Mm-hmm. And any difference might be on the line, but not really. And you brought in a really cool swing guy from LSU. So I just think everyone's going to be back, and everyone's really going to be confident and hungry mostly. Even the coaching staff is back. And I think it's just that to me is the biggest difference that we have compared to what we had last year and the year for that. Like, let's go win it. Let's run it back.
He had a key piece, but one slight missing piece will be Nelly. Nelson Aguilar currently is not back.
I'd rather have Hopkins, baby.
That fucking matters. Because we're talking technicality.
Aguilar, they take him behind the warehouse and put him down.
Boys!
The number 4 receiver.
Hopkins, baby.
And how many times did he turn into Lamar's favorite target because everyone else got covered?
And imagine if
we got
one-handed motherfucking ball. Yeah,
DeAndre fucking Hopkins. I think people forget that.
You would rather have Nelson Aguilar than DeAndre Hopkins?
Do not fucking put words in my mouth. All I say, that is a key missing. That is a piece that is not here. Was he?
We upgraded it with.
We upgraded. You're right, but guess upgrading does not necessarily always mean bad. He's not here. Lamar like Nelly. He would have been here as long as he would have been. So you're okay, cool. Guess what? Nelly was a piece. How many times did Zay got hurt?
I'm not denying that.
Yeah, it sounds like you are.
He's a depth guy. I'm not. We're talking starters, bro. You're talking backups, my guy. You're talking backups. We are not talking.
He's the number 5 target.
He could be a target all day.
I think DeAndre Hopkins is actually good. I think DeAndre Hopkins will end up being more part of the playbook than Aguilar ever was.
I hope so.
I wouldn't be surprised if DeAndre Hopkins is the reason why Bateman possibly gets traded.
Bateman ain't getting traded. You know why? Because the Cowboys called and Eric said no.
For now.
You all love to trade our own players.
Why not?
Because clearly
you can go somewhere
as much as the Ravens do, or else they would have traded him. They would have traded Andrews.
Carolina Panthers be a great target for who the fuck they got.
Clearly they don't want to give up what we offered. They ain't offered enough.
I can see a third.
I like Bateman. I think he's low-key the best receiver on the team. I think that DeAndre Hopkins is. We haven't had a guy like this probably since Anquan Bolden was on the football team. As far as I would argue OBJ kind of, but just that the ability to, he's going to be in this offense what the Chiefs were hoping he would have been for them,
Yes.
because they didn't have any other options. I feel like when you've got two tight ends who can ball out and two wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins is just going to get lost. And he's going to be really good on the chains and stuff. So excited for
Well,
it.
you don't want to get rid of one of those tight ends. And two, guess what? Bateman's still considered a long-term option than Hopkins, and you want to trade him. Do you want to try going
I'm
back
not saying I
to
wanted
first-round
it. I'm
wide
just saying
receivers
he
again?
could be an option.
You're going to give me a 2
I
for
don't
him,
think they will.
If they gave us a 2 for him, fuck it, bye.
I think Eric DeCosta swindled the hell out of the Cardinals to get the 1 for Hollywood, and that was on draft night.
That was nuts, actually.
But that's because Hollywood wanted gone. That's why he was already at the draft party in Arizona.
I'm just saying, like, for real.
That DeAndre Hopkins, that people are going to forget he's on our team, and he's going to have a touchdown opening
Bro,
night.
I forgot he was on our team, and I talk about this shit weekly. It literally.
The Bills are going to forget he's on the fucking team. He's going to line up in the slot, and they're going to say, "Oh fuck." And he's going to do this.
Where'd you come from, fam?
He's going to catch a fucking inbound pass from Lamar Jackson. They're going to make so much music together when Lamar Jackson's running around like a nonsense, and then they're in the back of the end zone is DeAndre Hopkins, and he's just going to,
So is DeAndre Hopkins going to be like the Derrick Henry, not taking a snap with us until the first game of the season under the bright lights of Sunday night?
What do you mean?
Probably. His wide receiver Ross is different.
No, it's different.
It's preseason.
He'll play preseason again. I guarantee
You'll see him take your
preseason.
first snap in training camp when you go there. All right, that's when we'll see him take his first snap. He's not playing in preseason. There's no fucking.
I know none of us do, but it hasn't gone well the last couple of week ones.
I don't think it matters. I don't know if it matters if Lamar Jackson has 4 snaps in the preseason. The only thing he's gonna snap is his fucking leg, J.K. Dobbins style. I don't want him out there.
I don't want him out there. He's worth too much. I really don't want anybody to go through what J.K. went through.
Yeah, no, and I think the big thing is that Derrick Henry has that, that he's done it now. He knows all about it. He knows how to handle the offense and do the stupid shit they're doing under center and all that stuff. Like, he just didn't have any of that last year, and I think that, and they're still probably should beat the Chiefs. I think it's a different ball. I think it's a different mindset. I'm here for it.
Yeah. But final words. Exciting season ahead. It's gonna be great. That's gonna do it for our show though tonight. Been great getting on the air talking about this.